I'm Brian Van from Sport Bike Track here, sportbiketrackgear.com, and today we're going to take a minute and we're going to talk about Scorpion helmets and why Scorpion is our #1 price point helmet. It's actually our #1 selling helmet here at the shop. The reality is the majority of helmets are sold at prices under $250. The overwhelming majority of helmets are sold under those price points. We only offer a few helmets here that fall into that price point. There's a lot more out there. We look at a lot more, but we don't just throw things in the catalog because they've been introduced to the market. You know, when our distributor puts something in their catalog, we don't just throw it on our website and bring it in our store. We literally take a look at it, we pull it apart. If it meets the initial criteria that we look for in a product, then we'll go ahead and ride in it, right? And if we like that part too, then we'll go ahead and we'll put it on the website. We like to make sure that we're really tailoring our catalog so that it brings the value that you expect. My perspective on this has always been from day one, if I were to pay for a product, receive it, open the box, and then be disappointed, I believe that you probably would be too. So if that's the way that I feel about the product, or my staff feels about the product, we just don't offer it. It's really that simple. What we're going to do here is we're going to talk about Scorpion, we're going to talk about their quality, we're going to compare it to another company. You can see that I've taped over the logos and stuff on this helmet because I don't believe in bashing other people's products. I don't think that's cool. We're not going to do that, although we're going to point out some things here for a helmet that sells at actually a little higher price point, but still in the same area, that they could have done a better job on, that Scorpion flat out kicked their ass on, okay? And even kicked their ass with an older design over here in this EXO 750. First thing I want to show you is I pulled the liner out of one of the Scorpion EXO 500s. This is their latest, their greatest. I think this is probably the best helmet they've ever built at this point because, you know, as you go, you learn, right? And you continue to improve and evolve, and that's what Scorpion's doing like any other good company out there. And it really shows on this. Look at the cheek pads, and I want you to get really tight here, Josh. Down to the stitching. Everything is nice and tidy. The way they're held into the helmet, very positive engagement, okay? Snaps, large snaps, holds it in place really well. But I mean, when you get this in your hand and you look at it, you feel like you've gotten something for your money. Okay, that's just one of the cheek pads. Throw that to the side. And get nice and tight on this top pad too. Once again, another perfect example of great quality at a very affordable price point. Everything here is nice and tidy. Tons of value for your money. Okay? We're off the liner now, and I'm going to show you this other helmet. I'm going to show you the things that right away, once I got it, I looked at it from the outside, I'm like, man, it's a pretty good looking helmet. Shit. Okay, we might move forward with this. Next step, let's pull it apart and let's see what we see. And once I got to this step, that's pretty much where it stopped. Okay, maybe this helmet performs very well in testing, maybe it's pretty decent to ride in, but the stuff I saw on the inside turned me off because I feel that we're just better off continuing to do what we're doing right now. First thing I noticed was once I pulled the liner out, okay, I mean this chin EPS literally was kind of being held in place by the snaps and the cheek pads. You know, myself, I don't think that's the best way to do it. Right, and I'll show you how they've done it on the Scorpion, but that thing's just kind of chilling out in there. You've got your chin vent built into here. Kind of zoom in on that chin vent if you would, Josh. I'm not over impressed with the quality of that. The way this is all finished is not great. Now, I'm going to show you one of the things that really struck me, because this is going to impede the performance of the helmet, okay? Let me try and get this. This is going to take a minute for my brother and I to get the camera lined up. I'm actually going to step out from behind my table here and go ahead and tell me when I've got it right lined up, Josh. If you look at the intake vents in the top of the EPS, these are key to the performance of the ventilation of the helmet. You can see that these have not been cut out cleanly. They're full of debris. You can see some of the debris, specifically, I believe it's on this side, right, Josh? Hanging. It's on the other side, hanging right at the top. It's a huge piece of debris. What's going to be harder to see on the camera is all the way at the bottom of these things are nearly shut off, right? So that's going to impede the airflow of this helmet big time. Huge turnoff for me. Once I saw these two things, I'm out, done, not gonna sell, okay? Let's go ahead and let's talk about our Scorpions real quick, right? EXO 750, this is my helmet, I've ridden in it. Essentially what we've got here is we've got a 700 with pump-up cheek pads built to an ECE standard, okay? This is, the 700 was their first ever helmet, right? 700, 400, they've been doing these for years, and they've been kicking ass for years. Chin EPS, I've got my liner out. Oh wait, yeah, it doesn't want to fall out of there, that's kind of weird, huh? They actually held that in place properly, okay? Go ahead and zoom in there on the pump-up cheek pad thing, Josh. Can you see how tidy all that stitching and everything is? I mean, it's just a nice finished product. Now, let's see if we can get the ventilation holes in the EPS. Tell me when we're pretty good. These are clear from top to bottom. There is nothing in the way. Can you see that?
Might need to come a little closer.
All right, let's step out from behind the table. Let's see if Josh can get that for you. Need me to rotate it? Those are clear top to bottom. This is their oldest technology. Now let's go to the new one, the 500, the Evolution for Scorpion. Look at those bad boys. Those are huge. They're clean. No debris. This is a little harder to see on this particular helmet because they paint everything black, but let me assure you, those are clear, top to bottom. There is nothing in there. They're cut out perfectly. And let me step back behind the table. We'll finish up our Scorpion helmet love fest here, okay? The chin EPS. Oh yeah, well, that's held in there nice and tight. Once again, the pump-up cheek pad area and that chin vent. Everything is nice and tidy. I mean, just because this is a helmet that sells for barely over $200 doesn't mean the quality of assembly or the quality of the parts that go into it should be only okay. I think these things are phenomenal, and you can compare the quality of this to helmets that sell for way more money than what Scorpion asks for their products, okay? Like I said, this is just us kind of giving you a look at what we do here, right? To show you the efforts that we really do put into our catalog. And yeah, we're huge Scorpion fans. We don't get paid money by Scorpion. I'm not on the payroll, nothing like that to promote their product. I just love it. My customers love it. My staff loves it. And the best part is you don't have to spend $400, $500, $600, $800 to have a good helmet, because the reality is not everyone out there can spend that kind of money on a lid. But you still deserve to have a great product. And Scorpion, they kill it in that price point. Highly recommended. Best helmets in their respective price points. I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTrackGear.com.